Hello, namaste to everyone watching this. This is Sanjeev Sudhakar. So, I was planned to start my own academy called Krishna Consciousness Academy, where I'm planning to pump out content regarding self help, where I can provide materials that you guys can use to tackle your daily life problems with. Today is the first video that I'm going to make, and the video is on the topic how to find purpose in life and execute it effectively in the real world. All of the content in this slides in this video is backed by scientific research as well as proof in the spiritual world as well as through execution by entrepreneurs in the real world. It is all battle tested and it is sure to work. So hope you enjoy the video. So for this video about how you are going to find your purpose in life and execute it effectively in the real world, we are having two sections. The first section is the psychology behind purpose, right? Before we get into how you're going to execute your purpose in the real world, you have to understand the psychology behind purpose, how your um, childhood environments might have affected you psychologically, and how you might have to overcome certain thinking barriers so that you can find your purpose. And there are even right mechanisms that I'm going to prescribe that you can use to execute your purpose in the real world. The second section is practical implementation in real world. So I'm going to offer steps for practical implementation in the real world to execute and achieve one's purpose. The second section, the practical implementation, is all backed by scientific research and it's all executed in the real world by entrepreneurs in the form of many famous frameworks, and it is guaranteed to work. So keep up with me. Okay. So the first topic, that is the psychology behind purpose. There are two sections to this. How early childhood environment and trauma plays a factor in our perception of the world and how it affects us in how it affects us in finding our purpose. Second is after you learn in the first section how your childhood traumas or your growing environment when you were young affected you and how it's affected your perception of the world. I'm going to give you certain tools that you can use to overcome it in the second section, right? So that you can overcome your faulty thinking and you can rewire your brain. Okay. So, how early childhood environment and trauma plays a factor in our perception of the world and how it affects us in finding our purpose. See, our childhood, early childhood, whether it's filled with love or marked by struggles, plays a huge role in shaping how we see the world and how we find our purpose in it. If a child grows up feeling safe, nurturing, in a safe, nurturing environment, they will feel secure enough to explore their life freely, building trust and optimism along the way. But if someone experiences trauma, be it in the form of neglect, fear, or instability, it can have a long lasting impact. Trauma doesn't just hurt in the moment, it rewires how your brain works. It can leave a person feeling like they constantly have to be on guard, questioning people's intentions, or fearing the worst even when things are okay. It's like carrying invisible armor everywhere you go. You don't mean to wear it, but you've needed it for so long that it feels automatic, right? This can spill over into adult life, making it harder to figure out who you really are and what you want. Purpose requires self reflection, focus, and emotional balance, which trauma can disrupt. It's like trying to chart a course with a map that's been crumpled and torn. It's possible to find your way, but it might take more time and effort. But here's the hopeful part, many people who face these challenges end up finding incredible strength within themselves. Trauma, even though painful, can teach resilience. It can spark a deep desire to find meaning and to overcome. Sometimes the scars become symbols of strength, and the journey to heal becomes part of someone's purpose. What's amazing is that humans are incredibly adaptable creatures. With the right support, tools, and willingness to face the past, it's possible to rewrite the way we see the world and ourselves. You are not stuck in the story that was written for you as a child. You can be the author of what comes next. And to tackle these problems, I'm going to give you the tools in the next slides. Okay. So, what are the tools, steps that you can implement in your daily life to overcome your traumas or anything? So, the first one. Now, coming to how do you overcome this faulty thinking that has been influenced by your early childhood factors and rewire your brain through scientific, spiritual, and practical approaches. The first one, mind body connection through yoga. Yoga emphasizes harmony between the mind, body, and spirit. It's a inward journey that helps to calm your mental clutter and cultivate self awareness. You can incorporate practices like pranayama and asanas to develop mindfulness and reduce stress. Studies have shown that yoga decreases cortisol levels and increases gray matter in the brain's prefrontal cortex, which is involved in decision making and emotional regulation. So, yoga can be a very powerful way to overcome your mental barriers or your mental struggles that might have been influenced by any factors in your life, traumatic or anything, because yoga helps to cultivate self-awareness and it helps to reduce stress, which helps to increase your clarity in thinking and decision making. Second one is mindfulness and meditation. Mindfulness involves being present and aware of your thoughts without judgment. Meditation enhances emotional regulation and reduces stress by calming the mind. Studies show that mindfulness based stress reduction increases cortical thickness, reduces amygdala reactivity, and improves brain connectivity. Regular practice can lead to better emotional control and resilience. The Miracle of Mindfulness by Thich Nhat Hanh emphasizes the transformative power of mindfulness in daily life. So, here you can use meditation to cultivate mindfulness, which helps to deal with emotional regulation and reduce stress by calming the mind. And the book, The Miracle of Mindfulness, is a very useful book if you want to go deeper into understanding how meditation can be used to cultivate mindfulness. Third one, physical exercise. Exercise boosts brain health by increasing blood flow, reducing inflammation, and promoting the release of brain derived neurotrophic factor, which supports neuroplasticity. Research shows that aerobic exercise improves memory and executive function, even in individuals with mild cognitive impairment. Spark, The Revolutionary New Science of Exercise, and The Brain by John J. Ratey explores how physical activity enhances cognitive function. So, physical exercise again can be a way to rewire your brain and to feel better about yourself. You can do many different types of exercises like normal running, jogging, or working out in the gym, strength training, or calisthenics, so that you can improve your physical fitness. And along with your physical fitness, it helps to provide mental clarity, which helps to rewire your brain and overcome your faulty thinking patterns. Next, learn new skills. Engaging in novel activities stimulates the brain, forming new neural connections and strengthening existing ones. This process is known as neuroplasticity, which keeps the brain adaptable. Learning promotes the growth of myelin, improving the speed and efficiency of neural signals. It also enhances cognitive reserve, protecting against age-related decline. The Brain That Changes Itself by Norman Diodge illustrates how learning can reshape the brain. So, another way to feel or to overcome your faulty thinking is to learn new skills. When you learn new skills, it helps to increase the areas of life where you're good in, where you're skilled in. And the more good you become at things, the more it increases your confidence and the less you feel like you're a flawed individual. So because of which you should always try to focus on learning new skills, especially skills that focus upon value creation in the real world. That way you can even provide value to other people, and it creates feedback loop where you feel like you're useful and you're contributing something useful to society and people, because of which it enhances your confidence even more. Fifth one, Social interaction and connecting with nature. Meaningful social connections stimulate neural circuits, enhancing cognitive flexibility and emotional regulation. Also, many spiritual traditions see nature as a source of wisdom and healing. Spending time in natural surroundings fosters a sense of unity and groundedness. Go for walks, meditate outdoors, or spend time gardening. Practice mindful observation of nature's beauty. Socializing reduces stress, combats depression, and boosts cognitive reserve. Studies have found that spending time in nature reduces cortisol levels and enhances feelings of peace and clarity. Social Intelligence by Daniel Goleman explores how relationships impact brain health and emotional intelligence. So, again, social interaction and connecting with nature can be a very powerful way to relax your mind, to feel good about yourself, and to cultivate mindfulness. By socializing, it helps to combat depression, and you find a sense of unity with people in social inclusion, which helps to make you feel more seen, which helps to overcome any faulty thinking, like maybe I'm not worth it. Next one, sleep and nutrition. Sleep consolidates memories and clears toxins from the brain, while nutrition provides essential building blocks of brain function. Quality sleep supports lymphatic flow, preventing toxic buildup. Nutrient-rich diets enhance cognitive performance. Why We Sleep by Matthew Walker delves into the science of sleep and its impact on brain health. So, sleep and nutrition are extremely important in life. If you go a lot of time in your life without good quality sleep, it will impair your ability to function in the real world. So, if you're already in a bad, shitty condition, and then you don't sleep properly, it will just make your day even more worse. So it is always recommended that you have 8 hours of sleep every day and eat good quality food. Cut out nutrition is very important. So cut out food that is too much heavy in carbohydrates. Focus upon more protein intake as well as fats, because fats is needed in the body to keep body heat. Consume some amount of carbohydrates so that you have energy, and even if possible take some supplements of vitamins and minerals. If you do this, you cover your sleep and nutrition, which helps you to feel way better about yourself and rewire your brain. Journaling for reflection and gratitude. Journaling can be a way to connect with your inner self and the divine. Gratitude journaling in particular focuses on acknowledging life's blessings. Write down your thoughts, fears, or aspirations daily. Add a gratitude practice to shift focus toward positivity and abundance. The Untethered Soul by Michael A. Singer describes how letting go of mental blockages can help you reconnect with your deeper self. So, journaling can again be a very powerful practice to cultivate mindfulness and mental clarity and keep track of your thoughts. So, every night before you go to bed, keep a small diary where you will journal what happened today. It doesn't need to be anything uniform or particularly like a particular format. You can just write randomly, and the more you write every day, and after like 1 month 2 month, you'll start seeing that uh, you're cultivating more clarity. When you go through the pages of your book, you're able to see that okay, I was thinking about this, and you're now able to like clearly, you maintained a record of it in the real world in that book, that okay, these were the thoughts that was running in my mind from the past 1 month. It helps you to cultivate mental clarity, mindfulness, by keeping a track of your thoughts that way. And repetition and consistency. So all of these things that I've mentioned here, repeat them consistently so that you can strengthen your neural pathways, making them more automatic over time. Consistency ensures these pathways remain active. Neuroplasticity is driven by repetition, which reinforces synaptic connections. Atomic Habits by James Clear emphasizes the power of small, consistent actions in creating lasting change. So, basically, the last, focus upon repetition and consistency so that you can use neuroplasticity to hardwire your brain into these new practices, habits, and exercises so that they become automatic. And that way, you get rid of your old faulty patterns of thinking and bad habits, and you have these good ones that help you to cultivate a more better growth in life and a way better flow towards positivity and optimism in life. So these are basically the steps to overcoming the faulty thinking. In the next section, it is going to be practical implementations in the real world. I'm going to offer steps for practical implementation in the real world to execute and achieve one's purpose. Here, I'm covering frameworks and methods rooted in science, spirituality, and practical execution by entrepreneurs that are battle tested, meaning it is going to work because it has been proven that it's in the real world with top notch results, and it is guaranteed to help you achieve top results in the real world regarding your purpose. So, the first framework is self determination theory, SDT. What is self determination theory? It basically highlights that people are most motivated when three basic needs are met: autonomy, competence, and relatedness. Autonomy, you feel in control of your decisions. So, anytime you do something, if you feel in control of your decision, you are going to be motivated to pursue it more. Competence, you feel skilled and capable at something, which will motivate you to do it even more. Relatedness, feeling connected to others. So if you're doing something and you feel connected to others, it's going to motivate you to pursue it even more. How it helps: when your goals align with these three needs, you're more likely to feel fulfilled and stay motivated. For example, if you feel a sense of freedom in choosing your career path, that is your autonomy, see improvement in your skills, that is your competence, and work in a team where you feel valued, that is relatedness, you're more likely to succeed and find purpose. Practical tip: start by assessing your goals. Do they align with your values and allow you to grow? If not, tweak them to ensure that they meet these three needs according to the self determination theory framework. Second one, cognitive behavioral techniques. What is this? So, cognitive behavioral technique helps you to identify and challenge negative thoughts that you might be holding back, that might holding you back. It's rooted in psychology and widely used for overcoming limiting beliefs and faulty thinking. For example, if you catch yourself thinking, I'm not smart enough to start my own business, CBT teaches you to question that thought. Ask yourself, what evidence do I have for this belief? Is there more empowering way to look at it? Practical tip: write down recurring negative thoughts in a journal and replace them with balanced alternatives. For example, replace I'll fail with I'm capable of learning and improving. Third step, neuroplasticity. Neuroplasticity is the brain's ability to change and rewire itself. By repeatedly practicing new habits or thoughts, you can literally reshape your brain. How it helps: think of it as a think of it as carving a new path in the forest. The more you walk that path, the clearer it becomes. Practical tip: focus on one small habit at a time. For example, if you want to cultivate gratitude, committing to writing down one thing you're grateful for every night. Over time, this rewires your brain to focus on positivity. So, use neuroplasticity to cultivate new habits in life. Do one habit at a time so that that habit becomes hardwired in your mind and it becomes automatic. Fourth one, meditation and mindfulness. These practices help you to become aware of your thoughts and emotions without judgment. Spiritual traditions and modern science both praise meditation for its ability to calm the mind and boost focus. Regular meditation reduces stress and improves clarity, making it easier to understand your values and purpose. For example, mindfulness can help you identify distractions that are pulling you away from your goals. Practical tip: start 5 minutes a day meditating for mindfulness. Close your eyes, focus on your breath, gently redirect your attention when your mind wanders. Try doing some pranayama to achieve good results. Fifth one, the lean startup method. This entrepreneurial framework focuses on testing ideas quickly, learning from feedback, and iterating until you succeed. You can apply this to your life by treating your purpose like an experiment. Instead of waiting for the perfect plan, take small steps and adapt as you learn what works. If you're considering a career change, start by testing it. Take a short course, do freelance work, or interview people in the field. Use the feedback to decide your next steps. Sixth, the sense framework from unscripted. This was created by MJ DeMarco, the famous American entrepreneur, and the sense framework is about building scalable, impactful ventures or businesses by focusing on five principles. Control. You should be in charge of your business. Entry. Your idea should have high barriers to entry to reduce competition. Meaning any any niche that you want to target and launch a business in, there the amount of people competing should be less. If the people competing there are less, your competitors reduce, so your chances of winning automatically succeed. So for you to find such a niche, you that niche needs to have a very high entry barrier. So that is what entry is. Need. Solve a real problem. Meaning start businesses that focus upon solving real world problems of people. Don't focus upon your selfishness. Focus upon other people's selfishness. Meaning focus upon other people's problems. Try solving other people's problems. That way your business is going to have a higher chance of succeeding. Time. The business should eventually run without you. Meaning in the long run, you should have the ability to automate your business, or you don't need to always have your hands on that business to generate revenue from it. Scale. Ensure it can grow exponentially. Practical tip. Identify a problem people face and brainstorm how you can solve it uniquely while scaling your efforts. How it helps. By aligning your purpose with value creation and these principles, you can create lasting impact and financial freedom. Grit and perseverance. Based on Angela Duckworth's research, grit is a combination of passion and perseverance to achieve long term goals. Purpose often requires consistent effort over time. Grit enables you to stay committed, even when the journey gets tough. Break your goals into smaller milestones, celebrate small wins to maintain motivation, and remind yourself why you started in the first place. Gratitude and journaling. Gratitude shifts your focus to what's working in your life, while journaling helps clarify your thoughts and uncover deeper insights. Gratitude rewires the brain to notice positive patterns, while journaling allows you to reflect and set intentional goals. Practical tip. Each morning, write down three things you're grateful for and one step you take towards your purpose. The last implementation, serving others through karma yoga. What is this? It is a spiritual practice which focuses on selfless service as a way to find fulfillment and purpose. How it helps. Serving others creates a sense of connection and reinforces the idea that your purpose is part of a larger whole. Practical tip. Volunteer for a cause you're passionate about or find ways to help people in your community. So, if you implement these 9 practical steps that have been proven through scientific studies, as well as it is battle tested through entrepreneurial execution in the real world, if you can execute all of these, you're definitely going to be able to execute your purpose in the real world and achieve optimal results. So this was a video for today. In the future coming videos, I'll cover other topics. Until then, I hope that you're satisfied with this content. If you if you feel that this can use any more improvements, please post it in the comments. And also this PPT, I'm gonna keep it linked in the comment in the description so that you guys can access all of this information. Until then, namaste.